Hi guys, and welcome back to IamCasa. It's Andrea here, and today I want to tell you something more about a pretty special watch to me, my Andersen Geneve Communication timepiece from 1991. But first, as I promised you a proper video on this watch and on how it works and everything, I want to give you a brief context about who created the timepiece. Monsieur Sven Andersen from Denmark, 1942, is one of the most renowned masters in watchmaking nowadays. He created his own brand, Andersen Geneve, in 1980, but spent a whole life in watchmaking, being even one of the watchmakers of the complications for Patek Philippe for more than 9 years. And after all that, he is in fact named as the watchmaker of the impossible due to a lot of his complication being record-breaking for the thinnest and the smallest timepieces in their category. What is special to me about my Andersen Geneve is the fact that I was lucky enough to meet the master this year in last August in Geneva and had the opportunity to know more about the brand. And so I discovered this great watch right there that I bought from my friend Alessandro, being, as my friend called it, kind of a retro independent, because it has now more than 30 years, and so it's one of the foundation timepieces for Andersen Geneve. Let's remember that the brand, as I said, is from 1980 and the watch is from 1991, and this being the first actual series from Andersen Geneve of timepieces that left the atelier that were non-exactly unique pieces. As Monsieur Andersen spent a lot of time in Patek Philippe, he got in touch with a lot of their high-end timepieces, such as the 1415 that some of you may already know, being into vintage Pateks, was one of the greatest, as it was a world timer that used Louis Coutier movement, such as this timepiece right there. In fact, I think that really the 1415 is the inspiration for this watch. In fact, the watch has a 32mm gold case with a great lugs that are kind of a teardrop shape that really fits almost every wrist possible, being the watch not that big. And plus, as much as the 1415, it uses the Louis Coutier system, so an outer bezel rotating with all the cities, plus an inner ring with the 24 hours that could be turned just with a crown. The watch itself is automatic. It's powered by a Frédéric Piguet 9.51 caliber with a module developed and produced by Andersen Geneve. And so it is really a good timepiece to travel with, even though it is a little bit scared of water in my opinion, but I mean, it's not the watch I would go to the seaside with. It is really a timepiece recalling the vintage, but has a great detail according to me. I love the indices on that watch right there, but what I love more is the dial itself, because it's in a blue enamel color with the printed worldwide map in a 24 karat gold that really give me that hue of vintageness, but with the proper modern taste given by this strong blue used for the dial. What's even more special about the watch, in my opinion, I love wearing this watch, I love having it on myself and talking about it and remembering the whole history of the brand, the story of Patek Philippe and all that, but what I truly like, it's what came with it. So a proper extract from the archive and a proper explanation of how the watch it is, but most important, a hand-signed warranty that really gives you this idea of a man behind the brand, which I truly like in watchmaking. I even love the fact that it is a retro independent. It's almost a vintage plus independent timepiece. And let's remember that Sven Andersen nowadays really is not as recognized, in my opinion, as he should be, as is even one of the co-founders of the AHCI, so Académie Horloger Créateur Indépendant, so Academy of creative, independent watchmakers, and I really think that is a brand that should be known better in the future. And I would love in 10, 5, or even just 3 years to have this piece and see the people knowing what it is and knowing its true internal, not just price-wise value. And plus, as some of you may like, it is kind of a steal for the price that it goes for. So it's really a great way to approach independent watches, approach complications without breaking the bank. Thank you for being with me. Let me know what you think about the watch, and stay tuned for a proper real video about how does the watch work. See you in the next video.